Yo guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be covering Sharon builds. Though I have covered some before, I went ahead and decided to set up a Stalker build for her, and wow, does she pump out the damage. So we will cover that build, and then quickly revisit the low HP shotgun build and her mobbing build, so you guys have them all in one place. With that being said, we will begin with Stalker. Before we get into the build, there is a current bug I would like to address between Sharon and Enzo, and it's quite simple. I'll show it up on the screen now. As you can see, when my Pocket Enzo Chicken Little casts his turret while I am invis, I do not receive the turret, and I do not receive the ammo, so I'm also not getting the buff from the turret. But as you can see, when I cast it, when I am not invis, I am getting the turret, and I am getting the ammo. So I just wanted to address this bug so everyone is aware of it. And now let's cover the build that I set up for Stalker, and it is your normal overwhelming shield build. So we are running overwhelming shield, increased shield, HP conversion shield, stim accelerant, and increased HP. I have also slotted in biosync shield. If you feel comfortable enough to not have biosync shield, I would just slot in another focus on mod for the cooldown. After that, we have MP conversion, nimble fingers, focus on electric for the cooldown, and of course, shot focus for the firearm attack. And as I said, this is a ambushed build, so that is the Transcendent module we are running. As for your reactor, the only thing you're worried about here is cooldown and duration up. You are not worried about anything to do with skill power because you are not casting any skills besides going invisible. As for our components, I have slotted in the 2-piece Invader and the 2-piece Annihilation set, and we will go through these so you can see the stats, even though we are not really worrying about them because we are not casting many skills at all. As far as our guns, I am running Enduring Legacy, of course, Firearm Attack, Firearm Critical Hit Damage, Bonus Firearm Attack versus Colossus, Firearm Critical Hit Rate. And this is a sharp precision shot build. We have all our firearm attack mods, our critical hit chance, our critical hit damage mods, fire rate up, expand weapon charge. So we have 171 shots in the mag and 2 fire enhancement mods. For our shotgun, which is the star of the show, is going to be Smithereens, weak point damage, firearm attack, bonus firearm attack versus Colossus, and firearm critical hit damage. And for this, I have decided to run a electric enhancement build, and instead of running 2 electric enhancements, I have slotted in targeted vulnerability, as the main time we will be using this is when the boss is downed, and we will have a very clear shot at his weak point. And for our third weapon, it is just a general rounds economy weapon, where we have slotted general rounds compulsive, expand general magazine, so we hold more general rounds, and normal special rounds refining, which will turn special rounds into general rounds. And for inversion reinforcement, the only thing I will be worried about here is making sure you have fire focus rounds. For the rest of them, just pick things that you feel comfortable with. And now let's go over our low HP shotgun build, which can be used pretty much against all the hard bosses below Gluttony. Once again, this is a ambush build, so we have slotted ambush as our Transcendant module. We are running MP conversion, nimble fingers, focus on electric, and focus on tech for cooldown. Walk a tightrope for the extra firearm attack when we are at low health, which we will be draining our health with conditional recharge by spamming our skills while we are waiting in the circle to go to the Colossus, and then shot focus for the 15% firearm attack, and mid-air fire for some in-air accuracy if you feel that you need to jump. As for our reactor, just cooldown and duration up is all you're worried about. We are not using any skills for damage, so that is all that is important. And as for your set, you will want the Annihilation set to get the firearm attack when your HP is low. Now to our Smithereens, once again the star of the show. We want weak point damage, firearm attack, bonus firearm attack versus Colossus, and firearm critical hit damage. As for the setup you've seen against Gluttony, it would be this, where we're using Overwhelm because we are shooting his knee, which is matching the affinity of the weapon Smithereens. As for some other builds I could show you for this, we have our electric build, we have our fire build, and we have our chill build. As far as your inversion reinforcement, you just want to be sure that you are matching the focus rounds with the vulnerability of the Colossus that you will be fighting. And as for my mobbing build, I run area suppression. I feel this is the superior mobbing build to ambushed. We are running a ton of cooldown with MP conversion, nimble fingers, focus on electric, focus on fusion, and then we are stacking up on our crit chance and crit damage with skill concentration, skill insight, front lines, and emergency measures. And we have our 1 HP mod. For this slot here, I like to put the X symbol, as you can run HP collector. You can also run MP collector. And you can also run dangerous ambush if you would like to up your damage even more. I feel like that is a very good flex slot to have for this build. For our reactor, I am running cooldown with critical hit damage, electric fusion, and I have my scout rifle mounting for my blue beetle. For our set, we are running a Slayer set on the auxiliary power, max HP, MP recovery out of combat. For the sensor, max MP, MP recovery in combat. For the memory, MP recovery modifier in defense. And for the processor, max shield with shield recovery modifier. And of course, we will be using blue beetle for when we are casting our skills, and you will want to upgrade this to 4 for the max benefit, but you do not need to upgrade anything about it. There's no catalyst required to put into this. The only mod I slot here is going to be Defense Master when defeating an enemy, defense plus 128.3% for 10 seconds. Other than that, you do not need to make any investment into this gun. As far as your inversion reinforcement, there's a bunch of things you can do. I would say a lot of this is preference, but I'm running Arcade Boost, Selective Neurostimulation, and Neuro Concentration Reinforcement. And that covers everything for Sharon. I really love the way this Stalker build came out. Any questions or suggestions about the builds, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe is appreciated. Be sure to stop by the Twitch stream. Most of my builds are done live there. We also do Colossus help and offer lots of laughs. Link is down in the description. Thanks, guys. Peace.